It's 1991. You've just opened the box to your brand new Super Nintendo, and you're now looking at a selection of launch games to play in your local high street store. Of the 5 games, you've got your usual mascot flair, simulation, flight, shoot 'em up, but that racer on the shelf is tempting you like nothing else could. The artwork looks sublime, and the back of the game promises an exhilarating race beyond your imagination. It may not seem like it now, but F-Zero was an incredible game when it launched. Sure, racing games on the NES and other machines used a fair few tricks in the graphics department. They gave the appearance of blazing fast speed and the illusion of 3D, but they all followed from the same style. Cut down, mimicking what they could from the arcade, and covering up the rest. F-Zero offered something different, something beautiful. A true 3D plane using the Super Nintendo's famed and heavily advertised Mode 7. And my god, did it make the difference. Is it looking at the game? It feels like a tech demo that just got green lit down at Nintendo's R&D. It's rich in the graphics department. Its handling is perfect. Yet, there's something missing. The clues are there from the selection screen where you can choose between the 4 different car types. They all show their various differences, but in a race of 16 competitors, we never see a 5th type of vehicle. Likewise, there are 15 tracks, but so many backgrounds use the same artwork or rework the same assets. A multiplayer? Oh, you can forget that right now. This is going to be a one-player show from start to finish. From a technical aspect, it's almost like they didn't want to release or didn't want to spend money on a bigger cartridge, or even development time before release. The whole game feels very much like a cut down model of what it could be. But the music's amazing. And that is, in a nutshell, that is really the only complaint I can ever make with the game. The difficulty settings ramp up the pace nightly. And there's enough levels to make the whole Grand Prix feel worthwhile, which is the whole point of the title. There doesn't need to be a career path. There doesn't need to be a mode to execute further routes. It's just the immediate pick a car, feel the speed, and the whole nature of instant gaming. It's something we don't have a lot of nowadays, thanks to huge wasts of menu systems, customization options. It's what made Nintendo Nintendo. It's why people bought a Nintendo system, to bring home the arcade, to bring home the pure original racer that it could be, which in my opinion is what they succeeded in here. It also reminds me of an era when games were a much more simpler affair. We look at racing games now with the likes of Forza, and before that Gran Turismo, and even before that we used to look at the Formula Racing titles and IndyCar Racing and Stunt Car Racer back to the heydays of the 16 bits. Yet these games feel a world away now. To have something instantly playable, instantly learnable, where a novice can become an expert in just a few short hours, where gameplay can be showcased to your friends, and there's no downloading of instant updates, patches. It's a wonderful example, and it's one that deserved to be on the Snes Mini. If you're looking for a better affair on this, is it the game that I'd say yes, pick up and play? Yes, for a SNES, it's a great racing game. If you're looking for a best F-Zero game to play, I highly recommend the GameCube version. F-Zero GX is an amazing title. It's the pinnacle of the franchise, which also may explain why they never continued it after. I still want an F-Zero Ultimate, bringing back every possible track, a wealth of racers and cameos from other Nintendo racers in there. I want something as serious and fast and exhilarating as a Wipeout on a Nintendo machine to complement Mario Kart for the enthusiast that wants that true arcade racer. It's something they're pushing a lot more with Cruising, but I wish they'd go back to F-Zero. The GameCube version also has the luxury of a bit of hidden code in there, which with in-depth modding on many sites worth looking up, can actually release the hidden laps and tracks of the arcade racer in there. It's why I genuinely think the GameCube one is the better title out of all. But I digress. This game is good, and given the fact it launched on the system that also launched Mario Kart, it's unsurprising that they both thrived. It's worthy of a play, and it is a 4 out of 5 for me. It is a play. It's short and it is sweet, but it's still a wonderful title to get to grips with on a short rainy day. And the wonderful thing is it's just as cheap to buy an original cartridge nowadays as it was on the second market 20 years ago. And for that, given its status and its heritage that followed afterwards, it's deserved to be on any shelf. For more reviews like this, check out that retrovideogamer.com for the latest news, reviews, retro footage, retro reviews, and everything else in between. Until then, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care.